medium-sized, about a foot tall humanoid robot. This robot is having 22 motors in it, which provided with 22 degrees of freedom in all. As in all, it is able to simulate human motion very well. Well, for the premise of the application is basically designed to be used during an event known as RoboCup. RoboCup is an event where robots of this kind, now they come up into a safe arena and they play football. So basically what they do is different universities program their robots and the robots end up there in the arena playing football. So I'll just give an example. Since it's just a piece of a hardware, it's very prone to errors. So as in if some of the motors get heated up, and so it happens that if the program says the robot to take an angle of 30 degree and move about 10 meters, it is very much possible that due to the heat or due to the heating of the motors as well, it moves just 25 degrees and takes a distance of 10 meters. All in all, it has been displaced from the ball by about 2 or 3 meters. So what internally could have been done is, we could have used a program correcting error, an error correcting program basically. So what happens in it is that it learns from its mistake, it checks it has been displaced by 5 meters, it takes a turn, moves 5 meters. But you will agree that it's a very time consuming process. And we have a game at hand. We lose the game if the robot takes too much time. So what we devised was, we decided that we monitor all its motors. These are the basic 22 motors that are there in now. We monitor all these 22 motors. And we provide this data to the user. If the user finds any kind of discrepancy in what the data is, he or she can take corrective measures and control now. So I'll show you the application. So I will check where it is standing in the map, and I will actually move where it is to get where basically every now comes with a unique IP which has been assigned to it by its maker, the Aldebaran company. So once you put in the ID of the now we wish to connect to, the application automatically checks for the now's presence, this IP's presence basically, in its local network or in the Wi-Fi network of the computer or the PC we have been using. So once I press the it shows, it generates a session where I have all these motors being monitored, all the vital sensors, the battery and the temperature of the battery. So basically what happens is, we have assigned 4 states to all the hardware basically. So the states are from working fine to minor error, serious error and fatal error. So depending on the type of error, the user can take corrective measures. This application was there was another purpose for the application, that while you have left your robot playing football in the arena, you really can't see it from outside the arena and say that yes, there's a problem in its motors or some problem in its sensors. You are also not using any kind of monitor as well, you're just providing it the code, and the hardware is reciprocating to the code. So it is not in the correct. So that's how using this application we are able to see what is the state of the now. So any kind of discrepancy in terms of different errors, as in a minor error or a major error in the motor, the user can start the motor monitoring. Here, the user can select the motor which he or she wishes to monitor. So every motor is basically associated with 3 parameters. The parameters are the motor angle, the angle to which the motor has been rotated in terms of deviation. Next is the temperature of the motor, and the third one is the electric current. That is the current that passes through the motor. Well, it is easily observable that yes, if every motor is working fine, these 3 parameters would be consistent with each other. So that's what we check. Once we have the value of 3 parameters extracted from the robot hardware, what we do is we check for those values being consistent. If there is any kind of inconsistency in the values, we know that yes, there is some error in the motor function. We dump that value onto the user's GUI, and he or she processes what is the data coming. If he or she finds that yes, there is some discrepancy, they can take corrective measures in terms of shifting it by some angle, moving the robot some extra here. That's the real-time application. But the other application was that we are storing all the data of the now sessions. So next we do what is the data can be extracted by the user after a certain number of sessions. So you know it's a hardware. So in general it has been seen that if there's some problem occurring in hardware at one point of time, it is almost one or the other form appears in the other sessions as well. So we let user try to identify those trends, and once the trend is being identified, the user can implement such codes in his very basic codes. So next time such an error creeps in, it is not required that user interferes with the processing of now.